Today we're talking about ND filters and the DJI Mini 3 Pro. I use ND filters by Freewell, and today we're looking at the brand new pack, and this is called the Mega Pack for the Mini 3 Pro. This is going to give you literally like every single filter you're going to need, all in one case like this to just take around with you. It is awesome. I'm going to go through what's included in a minute, but why are ND filters important? And I've always said no matter which drone you get, ND filters should be up there with one of the top 2 accessories you get, certainly after batteries. And on the Mini 3 Pro, this is really important. This is an f1.7 aperture on this camera. So this is fantastic, especially for low light and nighttime video. You're going to get really good shots coming from this because of that low aperture. More so than say on the DJI Air 2S or the Mini 2, it's going to be better on here. But in the daytime, it's not always a good thing. You see, because it's letting a lot of light in, your shots are going to be really sharp, sometimes overexposed and a bit washed out, and that doesn't look very good. And what an ND filter does is it reduces the amount of light coming in. So when you put an ND filter on, it's not going to get the same amount of light coming onto that sensor, so your footage will look better and not overexposed. But it's also hard to carry around all these different filters with you for every different lighting condition. And that's why this Mega Pack literally solves all of those issues. Let's talk about this Mega Pack right now. So this Mega Pack has a ton of different filters built into this pack that you can just literally fit inside any bag. So like on the DJI Fly More kit, you can just add this into your bag and you've got every single ND filter that you're going to need. And let's look at what you get. So at the top row here, you've got ND16 up to ND256. Now the reason why we need such a high value is because of this low f1.7 aperture. You see, sometimes in really harsh light, an ND64 just won't cut it. Now to get the very best footage, you want some kind of motion blur, and to get that, it's called the 180-degree shutter speed rule. And what this means is basically whatever frame rate you're filming in, you want to times it by 2. So if you're filming in 4K 30, your shutter speed should be 1/60. If you're filming in 4K 25, 1/50. So you just times it by 2. And this is to get the best looking natural video with good amounts of motion blur. But it's really hard sometimes to get that dialed in spot on. And it's certainly impossible to do that without ND filters. You see, without an ND filter on whatsoever, because there is so much light coming to this sensor, your shutter speed is going to be like 1/4000. So your video is going to look really sharp and really over-processed and not very natural looking. And this is what my footage looked like when I went to Mallorca. There was no ND filters out at the time, so a lot of my footage I've looked quite overexposed and quite over-sharpened, and I had to do tons of colour grading afterwards just to get it dialed down to look half good. And because these ND filters are now out, I'm able to get really good looking video in different locations. For instance, in Turkey, in really harsh light, I was able to use ND128 and ND256. And this was able me to get low shutter speeds in really harsh daytime environments, whereas an ND64 just wouldn't cut it. And this is thanks to this f1.7. So a pack like this literally covers you for a variety of different locations. And this middle row is great as well because you've got an ND512. So if you're really in like really bright conditions, that's going to cover you. You're able to get the shutter speed right down. An ND512 is just crazy. But an ND1000 and 2000 is also included. Now these are great for photography. You might have seen a few of my shots like this one here over a waterfall. I'm able to freeze that action. So I'm able to do this by having a really low shutter speed. So to do that, you have to have a really high value ND filter. So on this shot here, an ND1000, and sometimes in different conditions, I had to have an ND2000. Then I was able to bring that shutter speed right down, freeze that action and get really cool looking photography shots like this. You can also use it in video if you want, but for me, I always use them in photos. There's also 2 extra filters on this middle row. Now one is a UV filter. Be honest, I don't really use that at all, pretty much ever. Now the only time I will use it is if I don't want to use any ND filter at all and I just want my lens to be protected, because the one that comes on the actual DJI one, this is actually hollow, so you can actually put your finger through that. That doesn't protect your lens. So if it's, you know, maybe dusty or sandy and you really don't want to use an ND filter, but you want your lens to be protected, I would use a UV filter, but I I don't really use that. The other one here is an LPR. This is called a light pollution reduction filter. Now this is great for, say, if you're filming at night, at low light. You see, a lot of the artificial lights, the glows and stuff, it will reduce them. So it looks a lot more natural, it looks sharper. You can see these videos here, I was using this filter. So a lot of my nighttime shots, I'm using an LPR filter. And it also has 5 ND polarizing filters. So these have a polarizing effect. What's different with these is you can change the polarizing intensity by moving the wheel on the side here. And these are great because all of these filters work in both horizontal and vertical modes on the Mini 3 Pro. But the polarizing filters are great if you're filming over sea or anywhere where there's going to be loads of reflections like cars or windows, but mainly sea is my example that I use them the most. So if I'm going to be flying at beaches, I will use a polarizing filter, and lots of the reflections coming off the water will be reduced using polarizing filters. So these are awesome for them. And the ND filters cover you for literally like every other example where there's not going to be loads of reflections. And the last one is a CPL filter, circular polarized linear. This will reduce a lot of the reflections just like before. It's got that polarizing effect, but it will also boost saturations in the reds, blues and yellows as well. So this is really good. If you don't want to fully dial in all of your settings, you want to kind of leave it in auto, but get good results. This is kind of like a cheat code filter. So this is awesome because you can put this on, so leave it in auto in daytime, and it will reduce some of the light coming into the sensor. It will also reduce reflections, but it will boost that saturation as well. This is an awesome little filter. You get all of this as well included. Now this pack is a lifesaver for me. You see, I'm in a bit of a rush most of the time going out filming. I'll just grab a bag and grab all the stuff. And 9 times out of 10, I'll get to that location, I'll be like, I forgot my ND filters, or I forgot this certain ND filters I need, or I wish I'd brought my polarizing filters. But now, if I can just take this pack, I've got everything, every filter I need with me all the time. And if you're like me, this is going to be a game changer. And just like before, these clip on really easily. So you just take the original DJI one off. You just get any of the packs. So I'll just get one of the ND filters. And these just literally clip in place. And then they're in, ready to go. If you want to take this off, and then I can put one of the polarizing filters on, exactly the same, just twists and it's on. And then the polarizing ones, I can just turn this, and it's actually got a H and a V on this filter. So if you're shooting in horizontal, if you just line this little white dot up with a H, that's going to be the best polarizer on here. And for vertical, again, just turn it. And this is great. So in a nutshell, this is going to cover you for every different lighting example. If you want to follow the 180-degree shutter speed rule, you can literally rock up in, say, daytime, and it's like really bright conditions. You want to have a low shutter speed. So just say you're filming in 4K 30, so you want 1/60. So I would say put an ND filter on, put an ND 64 on, try and get down to that number. If your exposure value is staying like +1, +2, then you're overexposed. So take the ND 64 off, put the ND 128 on, and you probably get it bang on. And that's my advice. And the best thing is I've teamed up with Freewell. We're going to give away 3 of these mega packs to you guys watching this video now. All you've got to do to enter is make sure you subscribe to this channel, DM Productions. Make sure you subscribe to Freewell's YouTube channel, and I'll put it in the link in the description as well. And then to enter one of these, all you've got to do is go in the comments down below and just say, pick me. That's it. I'll just say, I want to enter. And I'll go through and pick 3 random winners. And this is internationally. Freewell will send you these internationally. And the winner will be announced on Monday, the 17th of October. So make sure you subscribe and then come back to this channel, and to my channel, DM Productions, and either on a video or the community page, I will announce the 3 winners. So good luck to everybody there. But if you want to go and pick this up, this is now available. I'll link it also in the description below. For ND filters, this is going to cover you for all the different lighting examples, and it prevents you having to buy all the separate ND packs as well. Just get a one pack like this with your drone and your controller, and you are a monster. You are away, and you're going to get fantastic footage straight away. So hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new around here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.